Good morning. Welcome to your Thursday, September 13th, daily operations weather briefing. We have some technical issues here in the weather office, so I apologize for the delay and the difference in graphics that we're using this morning. But moving forward, right now at the surface analysis as of 9Z this morning, we still have a stationary boundary that is off to our west. This boundary will eventually wash out today as Hurricane Florence, which is now a Category 2 hurricane, continues to progress westward, eventually looking to make landfall tomorrow morning in southeastern North Carolina. Today we'll start to see the impacts being felt from Florence, as we're already starting to see an increase in our onshore winds this morning. Still below wind advisory criteria, but it looks like by the later portion this morning that we could potentially be in a wind advisory, and pretty much going to continue into this weekend with higher onshore winds, and also the chance that we have some scattered showers moving through the area. The satellite imagery from this morning, see the outer cloud bands from Florence overspreading the region. We do have a plethora of low-level cloudiness across the area right now. We did have a ceiling at 300 feet as of 8 a.m. That has now risen at least a little bit, varying between 400 and 500 feet. Currently, should start to see those ceilings erode just a tad as we go throughout the rest of this morning, but overall remaining cloudy, as Florence will be providing us with this widespread cloudiness across the area for the next several days. So we're really not going to be seeing too much sunshine over the next several days heading into this weekend. For the next 24 hours, expecting cloudy conditions this morning, temperature of 77 degrees, and winds out of the northeast at about 13 to 18 knots, gusting to 24 knots. Could potentially see those winds rise up, gusting to 26 knots, which again will put us in that wind advisory criteria, which looks like it will be continuing through the remainder of the 24-hour period and heading into this weekend as well. As I mentioned earlier, high temperature expecting to be around 81 degrees with those brisk northeasterly winds. Max wind gusts today are expected to be around 28 knots later this afternoon into the early evening time frame, and the best chances for showers entering our region look to be after 4 p.m. this afternoon, as we'll start to see some light shower activity enter the region thanks to some of the outer rain bands that will be moving through our area. Light scattered rain shower chances will continue into the overnight hours, and we do have a slight chance that we could potentially see a thunderstorm, about a 20% chance after 11 p.m. this evening, and that'll carry through about 4 a.m. tomorrow morning, as we'll have those outer rain bands moving through the area, interacting with some upper level energy that could swing through the area. With the instability that'll be forming, could potentially see that a chance that we see an isolated thunderstorm over our area. Expecting our low temperature to be around 75 degrees, and then by tomorrow morning, apologize for that, it should be around 77. So temperature is really going to be hovering in the mid 70s during the overnight hours and heading into tomorrow morning. Winds also picking back up, expecting wind gusts about 27 knots by tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Tides are currently 1 foot above normal, and we are expecting them to be about 1 foot over the next day or so, and then rising to about maxing out at about 2 feet above normal over the next several days. So we'll see some minor flooding potential as we head into tomorrow and into Saturday as well. So for a day on Friday, expecting cloudy and breezy conditions with scattered rain showers likely, with a high of 80 degrees. Again, wind advisory criteria likely being met with Hurricane Florence impacting our region. Friday night, much of the same, overcast and breezy with a chance of showers, low of 75 degrees. And then on Saturday, we may be able to see maybe a peak or two of sunshine, depending on how well the clouds break up. But it's mainly going to be mostly cloudy to overcast, still breezy, and we'll have a chance of scattered showers with a high of 79 degrees. And right now the model trends are showing the shower activity, scattered showers in the morning, early afternoon time frame, and then possibly breaking up, moving out of the area by late Saturday afternoon and evening, but it's kind of up in the air in terms of that. Winds look like will also be dropping off as well, dropping below wind advisory criteria by later portions of the afternoon, or early to mid-afternoon, excuse me. So we could see the wind advisories being dropped as we head into the later portions on Saturday. Just taking a quick look at the National Hurricane Center right now as of 8 a.m. Category 2 hurricane Florence was with a 110 mile per hour maximum sustained wind, minimum pressure of 956 millibars, still continuing its northwest movement at about 12 miles per hour. Forecasted track projected to be about a Category 2 hurricane when it finally does make landfall. And contrary to what we were seeing yesterday, it actually does look like it will be able to make its way inland just a tad. And that looks like it'll be Friday morning, and then eventually stalling out again as the upper level ridge builds in, breaking down the surface high, and the steering flow just really can't, it's not allowing this system to really move anywhere. So it will be lingering through the weekend, and then eventually it will get picked up by an upper level trough moving through the area, and it will make its way northward. We could see some impacts with this early next week in terms of possibly having a system move through our area, which will be enhanced by the tropical moisture with the remnants of Florence, but that is still up in the air as well. We'll have a more detailed discussion coming up at 10 a.m. As well as the extended outlook, so stay tuned for that. Have a great day.